When you hear a show tune from the great white way, does a shiver run through ya? Well, we're giving them to ya. Sing hallelujah and shout hooray. Come on along and listen to Broadway to Main Street. USA.
I'm sitting on top of the world. I'm rolling along, yes, rolling along. And I'm quitting the blues of the world. I'm singing a song, yes, singing a song. Glory, hallelujah, I just told the parson, hey, Pa, get ready to call. Just like Humpty Dumpty, I'm going to fall, and I'm sitting on top of the world. I'm rolling along, rolling along. Don't want any million, I'm getting my share. I've only got one suit, just one, that's all I can wear. A bundle of money don't make me feel gay. A sweet little honey is making me sad. And I'm sitting on top of the world. I'm rolling along, rolling along. And I'm quitting the blues of the world. I'm singing a song, yes, singing a song. Glory, hallelujah, I just told the parson, hey, Pa, get ready to call. Just like Humpty Dumpty, I'm going to fall. Yeah, I'm sitting on top of the world. I'm rolling along, rolling along.
Well, how can you not be enthused and sitting on the top of your own particular world listening to the ebullient showbiz pulverizing charm of Al Jolson? Hello, this is Larry Maslon, your host for Broadway to Main Street here at 88.3 FM, Peconic Public Broadcasting, emanating out of the hamlet of Southampton, New York. And today we are going to do a tribute to Al Jolson, who was, in his day, easily accorded the title of the world's greatest entertainer. And we're not just going to look at the highlights of Al's career, but also the influence he had in American entertainment. And that's kind of what fascinates me the most. That's why I think, Jolson deserves his own hour no matter what, but we're going to listen to also some people singing the great songs he made famous, influenced by his style. He was American showbiz between the wars, period. The end, close quotes. And he had this ingratiating style, this eagerness to please an audience, this relentless desire to subjugate any nuance or subtlety just to make the people happy. And boy, did he. So let's take a little look at Asa Jolson. He was born in Lithuania in 1886. That's where he's a landsman. That's where my folks are from. And he was brought over to America by his father, who was a cantor, who was putting pennies together to make out a living in Washington, D.C., not a big Jewish population. But Al came over. He eventually left his family to join the circus, much to his Orthodox Jewish father's dismay, and went into vaudeville. He, good, bad, or indifferent, he performed in the minstrel style, which was very popular still in 1910, 1911, and eventually made a break in vaudeville, and eventually came under the wing of the Schuberts and the Winter Garden Theater, which is still there on Broadway. And he had all these little shows fashioned around him. It didn't matter what they were about, because he always just sang his songs and stopped the show and went down to the runway. He was in a show called Robinson Crusoe Jr., and here is a song, I think from 1921, called Where Did Robinson Crusoe Go? With Friday on a Saturday Night. Pure Al Jolson from the Winter Garden Theater. Enjoy.
1,000 years or maybe more, out on an island on a lonely shore, Robinson Crusoe landed one fine day. No rent to pay, no wife to obey. His good man Friday was his only friend. He didn't borrow or lend. They built a little hut, lived there till Friday, but Saturday night it was shut. Where did Robinson Crusoe go with Friday on Saturday night? Every Saturday night they would start in to roam, and on Sunday morning they come staggering home. They went hunting for rabbits when the weather grew colder, but Crusoe came home with a hair on his shoulder. Now where did Robinson Crusoe go with Friday on Saturday night? Robinson Crusoe was a good old scout. Robinson Crusoe knew his way about. He'd go out hunting chicken now and then, but he knew when he was chasing a hen. Once he told Friday, you must stay at home. I've got to go out alone. Friday felt very blue. He said, it's wrong of you. Couldn't you fix it for two? Where did Robinson Crusoe go with Friday on Saturday night? One fine Saturday night, they had nothing to do, so they started counting all the girlies they knew. Friday counted till 13, and Crusoe said, brother, 13's unlucky. Let's go get another. So where did Robinson Crusoe go with Friday on Saturday night? Where did Robinson Crusoe go with Friday on Saturday night? Every Saturday night they would start in the roam, and on Sunday morning they come staggering home. On this island live wild men in cannibal trimming, and you know where there are wild men, there must be wild women. So where did Robinson Crusoe go with Friday on Saturday night?
Seems a very reasonable question to ask. Where did Robinson Crusoe go with Friday on a Saturday night? Well, Al Jolson just was this beacon at the Winter Garden. Every year, the Shuberts bankrolled a show for him. Bombo, Robinson Crusoe Jr., Sinbad. The shows were meaningless as shows because they were showcases for Jolson. And as Eddie Cantor said, there might be a number with some dancing girls so that Jolson could go to the bathroom or get a drink of water, but it was all him all the time. And famously, he would dismiss the cast at around 10:30 and say, I think those girls have worked hard enough. Why don't we send them home? Don't you want to stay and hear Jolie sing? And they said, yes. And he just poured his heart out to an audience. So here are two songs from the 1920s that he introduced. I'm going to play some slightly later recordings just because it's easier on your ears. But two Al Jolson classics from his glory days on Broadway in the 1920s.
I found my love in Avalon beside the bay, and I left my love in Avalon, and I sailed away. I dream of her and Avalon from dusk till dawn. So I think I'll travel on to Avalon. Every morn my memory strays across the sea where flying fishes play. And as the night is falling, I find that I'm recalling that blissful, all-enthralling day. Beside the bay, and I sail away. I dream upon an Avalon from dusk till dawn. So I think I'll travel on to Avalon. Yesterday I heard a lover sigh, goodbye, oh me, oh my. 7 times he got aboard his train, and 7 times he hurried back to kiss his love again and tell her, Tootsie, goodbye. Tootsie, don't cry. The choo-choo train that takes me away from you, no words can tell how sad it makes me. Kiss me, Tootie, and then do it over again. Watch for the mail, I'll never fail. If you don't get a letter, then you'll know I'm in jail. Tootsie, don't cry. Tootsie, goodbye. Kiss me, Tootsie, and then do it over again. Watch for the mail, I'll never fail. If you don't get a letter, then you'll know I'm in jail. Tootsie, don't cry. Goodbye, Tootsie, goodbye.
Can't you send letters from jail? Never understood that. This is Larry Maslon, your host for Broadway to Main Street, and we are celebrating that entertainment powerhouse, that juggernaut known as Al Jolson. Well, by 1926, 1927, Jolson was not only the commanding performer on Broadway, he'd already recorded about 100 records, many of which had gone on to become million sellers. So there was only one thing left for him to do, one kingdom left to conquer, and that was the movies. And of course, he starred in the first quote-unquote talking picture, The Jazz Singer, in 1927, which is not a complete talking picture. It's got dialogue and some songs, and it's mostly silent, but of course it put him on the map and revolutionized the film world. And not coincidentally was a version of his own story, a brash young man who has to choose between his father's Orthodox Jewishness and his own desire to become a hit star on Broadway, so he tapped into that. Here is that segment from The Jazz Singer where he sings Irving Berlin's Blue Skies and revolutionizes the world.
Blue skies smiling at me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Oh, don't bluebirds singing a song, nothing but little bluebirds all day long. And Never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right. Noticing the day hurrying by, when you're in love, oh, don't they fly? Blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now on. You like that, Mama? I'm glad of it. I'd rather please you than anybody I know of. Oh, darling, will you give me something?
What?
You'll never guess. Shut your eyes, Mama. Shut them for little Jackie. Oh, I'm going to steal something. I'll give it back to you someday, too. You see if I don't. Mama, darling, if I'm a success in this show, well, we're going to move from here. Oh, yes, we're going to move up in the Bronx. A lot of nice green grass up there, and a whole lot of people you know. There's the Ginsbergs, the Guttenbergs, and the Goldbergs. Oh, a whole lot of birds. I don't know them all. And I'm going to buy you a nice black silk dress, Mama. You see, Mrs. Friedman, the butcher's wife, she'll be jealous of you.
Oh, no.
Yes, she will. You see if she isn't. And I'm going to get you a nice pink dress that'll go with your brown eyes.
No,
What do you mean, no? Who is telling you? What do you mean, no? Yes, you'll wear pink or else. Or else you'll wear pink. And, darling, oh, I'm going to take you to Coney Island.
Yeah?
Yes, I'm going to ride on the shoot-to-shoot.
Oh.
And, you know, in the dark mill.
Yeah?
Ever been in the dark mill?
No, I was...
Well, with me, it's all right. I'll teach you and hug you, you'll see if I don't. Now, Mama, stop now. You're getting kittenish. Mama, listen, I'm going to sing this like I will if I go on the stage, you know, with this show. I'm going to sing it jazzy. Now, get this. Blue sky, smiling at me, me. Nothing but little blue skies. Do I see? Do. Bluebird singing a song. Nothing but little bluebird all day long. You like that slapping business? Never saw the sun shining so bright. Never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by. When you're in love, oh, don't they fly? Blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but
when the wintry winds start blowing and the snow is starting to fall, then my eyes turn westward knowing that's the place that I love best of all. California, I've been blue since I've been away from you. I can't wait till I get going. Even now, I'm starting to call. Oh, California, here I come, right back where I started from, where bowers of flowers bloom in the spring. Each morning at dawning, birdies sing, and everything a sun-kissed miss said, don't be late. That's why I can hardly wait. Open up that golden gate, California, here I come. Here I come, yeah, right back where I started from, where bowers of flowers bloom in the spring. Each morning at dawning, birdies sing, and everything a sun-kissed miss said, don't be late. Oh, that's why I can hardly wait. Come on, open up that golden gate, California, here I come.
You better open up that golden gate. Goodness, what would Al Jolson do if you didn't? So Al Jolson, in fact, based on the success of The Jazz Singer in 1927, did go to Hollywood, made a couple of films that were terrifically successful in their time, if somewhat unwatchable now, The Singing Fool and stuff like that, and introduced songs called like Sonny Boy, which were huge million-dollar sellers. And then he did a very interesting film with one of the few big songwriting teams that actually wrote material for him, which was Rodgers and Hart. It's called Hallelujah, I'm a Bum, and it's about life in Central Park during the Depression. And they wrote a terrific song, Rodgers and Hart wrote a terrific song for Jolson called I've Got to Get Back to New York. And it's great. Let's listen to Al Jolson sing from Hallelujah, I'm a Bum.
I'll climb up that Woolworth and kiss every floor. The subway makes music for me with its roar. I'm dying to feel that I'm living once more. Gotta get back to New York. There's only one statue, I know you'll agree. That dame with a torch looking over the sea. The smell of the Bronx is perfume to me. Gotta get back to New York. Train, keep on going, train. I'm riding home again. Feet, keep on going, feet. On each old dirty street. There's only one statue, I know you'll agree. That dame with a torch looking over the sea. The smell of the Bronx is perfume to me. Gotta get back to New York. Train, keep on going, train. I'm riding home again. Feet, keep on going, feet. On each old dirty street. There's only one statue, I know you'll agree. That dame with a torch looking over the sea. The smell of the Bronx is perfume to me. Gotta get back to New York.
And of course, Al Jolson toured all over the country. He came back to New York briefly for a 1930 show called Wonder Bar, and then in the 40s. But by then, he was a national phenomenon on the radio and in movies and so on and so forth. Well, one of the things we have to take on board in our enjoyment of Al Jolson is his relationship to African American culture and African Americans. He performed many of his early stuff in blackface, which of course would be utterly unpermissible now. But he attached himself to the black community in a way that few other mainstream, let alone Jewish performers did. He wanted to play Porgy and Bess in blackface, if you can imagine that. And he was wisely dissuaded from that. It didn't work out that way, of course. But he attached himself to great songs in that particular canon and to Old Man River, which he recorded and sang a lot in his career. So we'll hear Jolson tap into that immortal classic, and then we'll sort of turn the stage over to another individual of high velocity and voltage named Eddie Cantor. Without Al Jolson, I don't think there would have been an Eddie Cantor, and they were great friends. So let us go to Kern and Hammerstein and the one and only Al Jolson.
Lots of folks on the Mississippi. Lots of folks work while the white man play, pulling them boats from the dawn to sunset, get no rest till the judgment day. Don't look up and don't look down. You don't just make the white boss frown. Bend your knee, bow your head, pull that rope until you're dead. Let me go away from the Mississippi. Let me go away from the white man boss. Show me that stream that they call the Jordan. There's the old stream that I long to cross. He must know something, but don't say nothing. He just keeps rolling. He keeps on rolling along. He don't plant taters. He don't plant cotton. And them that plants them is soon forgotten. But old man River, he just keeps rolling along. You and me, we sweat and strain, body all aching and racked with pain. Tote that bar, lift that nail, get a little drunk, and you land in a jail. I get weary, sick of trying. I'm tired of living and fear of a dying, but old man River, he just keeps rolling along. Let me go away from the Mississippi. Let me go away.
Comics all work on the major network. Comics all work, and it ain't much fun. Pulling them jokes makes a man age quickly. We're all decrepit, excepting one. Old man Jolson, that old man Jolson. He's older than Johnson together with Olson. And old man Jolson, he just keeps going along. He don't plant cotton, he don't plant taters, he just plants corn in the picture theaters. And old man Jolson, he just keeps going along. He gets down on bended knee, sings that mammy melody, can't get up from off the ground. His heavy money belt just weighs him down. Time is careless, Jack Benny's hairless, and Georgie Jessel's got no blood vessels, but old man Jolson, he just keeps going along.
You really sang that song pretty well for so old a fellow.
Yep. Harry, I told you, and I'm proud. I'm proud of the fact that I'm 56.
Yes. Well, Jolson couldn't say that.
He could 30 years ago.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Eddie. You can laugh at Al Jolson, but he's got the last laugh on you.
Yeah?
He wanted a son, so he adopted one.
Yeah. I saw the baby when it was only 7 days old. And the resemblance is really remarkable.
It is?
Yeah, the kid is a week-old baby and Jolson's a week-old man.
Nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina in the morning. No one could be sweeter than my sweetie when I meet her in the morning. Where the morning glories twine around the door, whispering pretty stories I long to hear once more. Strolling with my girlie where the dew is pretty early in the morning. Butterflies all flutter up and kiss each little buttercup at dawning. If I had a Aladdin's lamp for only a day, I'd make a wish, and here's what I'd say. Nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina in the morning.
Eddie boy, I didn't know how clever you were. Thank you, Al. Yes, sir. You're a combination Bing Crosby and Ray Bolger. Really? Yeah. You dance like Crosby and you sing like Bolger.
When the morning glories twine around the door, whispering pretty stories I long to hear once more. Rolling with my Gertie where the dew is pearly, early in the morning. Butterflies all flutter up and kiss each little buttercup at dawning. If I had a lantern lamp for only a day, I'd make a wish, and here's what I'd say. Nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina in the morning.
Eddie Cantor and Al Jolson, two titans of the American stage. This is Larry Maslon, your host of Broadway to Main Street here on 88.3 FM, and it's just a thrill to bring you these great golden oldies and rarities. And if you like it, and if you like this show, you can go to iTunes and type in Broadway to Main Street. We have 172 podcasts over the years, so I hope you'll enjoy what we're bringing you today. Now, Jolson was a bit of there's no way around it. He was kind of a nut and an obsessive, crazy person, and he was in love with Ruby Keeler. And they were married, and he brought her, she starred in a show called Showgirl, that's scored by the Gershwins, I want to say in 1930, which he wasn't in, but that didn't stop him from getting up in the audience and singing to her every night in the show, which he found completely embarrassing and left the stage and so on and so forth. But it was a great song. He made it his. It's called Liza, and then we'll hear from a little girl who's named after that song, and then we'll hear from her and her mammy. How about that for a showbiz trifecta? Al Jolson singing the Gershwins.
Moon shining on the river, come along, my Liza. Breeze singing through the treetops, come along, my Liza. Something mighty sweet I want to whisper sweet and low that you ought to know, my Liza. I get lonesome, honey, when I'm all alone so long. Don't make me wait, don't hesitate. Come and hear my song. Liza, Liza, skies are gray, but if you smile on me, all the clouds will roll away. Liza, Liza, don't delay. Come keep me company, and the clouds will roll away. See the honeymooners shining down. We should make a date with Parson Brown. Liza, Liza, name of the day when you belong to me, and the clouds roll away. Liza, Liza, name of the day when you belong to me, all the clouds will roll away.
Everything seems lovely when you start to roam. But here's what you'll be saying when you are far from home. Mammy, Mammy, the sun shines east, the sun shines west. I know where the sun shines best. Oh, my mammy, my mammy, my heartstrings are tangled around Alabama. I'm coming. Sorry that I made you wait. I'm coming. I hope and pray I'm not too late. Oh, my mammy, my little mammy, I'd walk a million miles for one of those smiles from mammy. The sun shines east, the sun shines west, but I know where the sun shines best. Oh, mammy, my little mammy, I'd walk a million miles for one of those smiles from
Swanee, how I love you, my dear old Swanee. I give the world to be among the folks in the audience. I even know my mammy's waiting for me, praying for me down by the Swanee. The folks up north will see me no more when I get to that Swanee shore. Swanee, Swanee, I'm coming back to Swanee. Mammy, Mammy, you have to dance. I love the old folks at home. I love sure Swanee. I love you, my dear old Swanee. I give the world if I could only be sitting on my mammy's knee. I love the old folks, I love the young folks. Oh, my honey lamb, you love them all in Alabama. Liza, Mary, my dear old mammy, no wonder child will wonder no more when I get to that Swanee.
Judy and Liza at the London Palladium. Wow. So Judy Garland is one of the major figures who was influenced by Jolson. She sang so many of his songs. April Showers, Swanee, Rockabye Your Baby, which we won't have time to listen to today. And that influence was huge. I mean, Jolson said it was okay to be an American performer and be emotional and put yourself out there and give the audience everything you had. And supposedly a young man by the name of Walden Robert Cassato was homesick growing up in bed and listened to all these Jolson records and decided he too wanted to be an entertainer. And he eventually changed his name to Bobby Darin and gave that same kind of passionate, pulverizing showbiz energy. Here is a Jolson classic sung by Bobby Darin.
There's a rainbow round my shoulder and a sky of blue above. How the sun shines bright, the world's all right, 'cause I'm in love. There's a rainbow round my shoulder and it fits me like a glove. Let it blow, let it storm, I'll be warm, 'cause I'm in love. Hallelujah, how the folks will stare when they see the solitaire that my little sugar baby is gonna wear. There's a rainbow round my shoulder and a sky blue above, and I'm shouting so the world will know that I'm in love. Are gonna stare when they see that diamond solitaire that my own true baby's gonna wear. There's a rainbow round my shoulder and a sky of blue above, and I'm shouting so the world will know shoulder, and I am in love.
Bobby Darin with a Jolson classic. Well, Jolson's influence wasn't just to Americans or to men even. Shirley Bassey, whose past also combines a bit of multiculturalism as a black woman growing up in Wales, also focused in on Jolson's panache with selling a song. Here is a great Jolson classic sung by the one and only Shirley Bassey.
Let me sing a funny song with crazy words that roll along. And if my song can start you laughing, I'm happy, yeah, happy. Let me sing a sad refrain of broken hearts that loved in vain. And if my song can start you crying, I'm happy. Let me croon me sing of Dixie's charms, the Swanee shore and Mommy's arms. And if my song can make you homesick, I'm happy. Let me crow a low down blues to lift you out of your seat. If my song can reach your shoes and start you tapping your feet, I'm happy. Let me sing of Dixie's charms, the Swanee shore and Mommy's arms. And if my song can make you homesick, I'm happy.
Shirley Bassey giving it all she has in the Jolson tradition. Well, some other more contemporary performers have been influenced by Jolson. Mandy Patinkin has recorded practically everything that Jolson made into a success. He did a concert called Dress Casual, which Stephen Sondheim said should be retitled Stand Back, It's Mandy. Well, we love him for his enthusiasm and his energy. So we'll hear Mandy, and then we'll hear a Jolson medley by a singer. See if you can guess who she is. Also a mainstay of extravagant, gut-wrenching, pulverizing performance. But first, Mandy.
I heard a robin this morning. I'm feeling happy today. Gonna pack my cares in a whistle and blow 'em all away. What if I've been unlucky? Really having a thing. There's a time I always feel happy as a king. Oh, the red robin come a big bobbing along. There'll be no more sobbing when he starts throbbing his old sweet song. Oh, wake up, you sleepyhead. Get up, come on, get up and get out of bed. Cheer up, the sun is red. Live, love, laugh and be happy. What if I've been blue? Now I'm a-walking through fields of flowers. Rain may glisten, but still I listen for hours and hours. Oh, I'm just a kid again, I'm doing what I did again. I'm singing a song. When a red robin come bobbing along. Now rain may fall in the evening, and that rain may fall in the night. When the robin sings in the morning, yes, I know the sun is bright. Oh, I keep still when I hear him singing up in a tree. For the little angel of gladness, he brings happiness to me. Ah, the red robin come bobbing along. There'll be no more sobbing when he starts throbbing his old sweet song. Oh, wake up, you sleepyhead. Get up, come on, get up and get out of bed. Cheer up, the sun is red. Live, love, laugh and be happy. What if I've been blue? Now I'm a-walking through fields of flowers. Rain may glisten, but still I listen for hours and hours and hours and hours. Oh, I'm just a kid again, I'm doing what I did again. I'm singing a song. When a red robin come bobbing. Yes, a red robin come bobbing. Oh, the red robin come.
Climb upon my knee, sonny boy. You are only 3, sonny boy. Are you know him, down nowhere of showing what you mean to me, son. boy. Oh, you're sent from heaven, and I know your worth. You made a heaven for me right here on earth, and I'm coming. Oh, yes, I'm coming. I'm sorry that I made you wait. Oh, yes, I'm coming. Good God, I'm coming. I hope and pray it's not too late. Can't you hear me, my baby? My little man, my little mammy. I'd walk a million miles for one of your smiles. Oh, my man, my little mammy. Oh, weep no more, my lady. Sing that song again for me. Oh, sing soft and low, just as though, oh, you had me right there on your knee. A million baby kisses I'm gonna deliver on the minute that you sing. Oh, that's what it river. Rockabye, your rockabye, baby, with a Dixie melody. Friends may forsake me, oh, let 'em all forsake me. I'll still have you, sonny
Anybody guess who that was? Yes, hands in the back. That was Cher singing a Jolson medley. And if you look at Cher, Madonna, Beyonce, this is all in the American tradition of entertaining that Jolson created. You just give me your all, folks. And that song, Sonny Boy, was written for him as a kind of a joke. He wanted a sentimental song, and he asked his songwriters back in the East Coast to come up with something that'll just slay the people. And they wrote the most maudlin, ridiculous thing they could come up with, and they played it for him. And there was a silence, and they couldn't figure out why, because Jolson was crying. He loved it. He said, "That's perfect, boys." And Sonny Boy became a huge hit. Well, he was a phenomenon. He was someone you have to wrestle with. You have to take him on board, as they say. He was a tremendous patriot. He flew in the 40s and late 40s into 1950 when he was quite ill, missing a lung, to entertain the troops overseas in the South Pacific and in Korea. Until the very end, he was singing stuff he thought would make him beloved by the people, which he was. So he even sang a song, speaking of the South Pacific, from that 1949 Broadway musical. So here is one of the last things that Jolson ever recorded in his inimitable fashion, Some Enchanted Evening from South Pacific. Thank you, Jolie. We take our hat off to you.
Some enchanted evening you may see a stranger, you may see a stranger across a crowded room, and somehow you know even then, that somewhere you'll see her again and again.
some enchanted evening. Someone may be laughing. You may hear her laughing across a crowded room. And night after night, as strange as it seems, the sound of her laughter will sing in your dreams. Who can explain it? Who can tell you why? Fools give you reasons, wise men never try. Some enchanted evening, when you find your true love, when you feel her call you across a crowded room, then fly to her side and make her your own. All through your life you may dream all alone. Once you have found her, never let her go. Once you have found her, never let her go.
Well, where is the time all gone to? This is Larry Maslon here at Broadway to Main Street. Let's catch up next Sunday at 3.
There's so much more embracing still to be done, but time is racing. Oh, well, we'll catch up some other time.